Hello, my name is Kaylin, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I make a veggie type lasagna. You can call it a casserole or whatever you want, but basically it's a lasagna type dish without noodles. And instead, I improvised with cauliflower. I'm also going to have carrots, celery, ricotta, and shredded cheese, and some pasta sauce. If you're vegan, you can get a substitute for the cheeses, and I will show you how I make it in an 8x8 dish today. I normally use a little bit bigger pan, but that's what I have to work with today. I'm going to preheat the oven to 425. And this is the sauce I will be using. It's a Parmesan Romano, but you can pick whatever favorite sauce you have. Sometimes I make my own from scratch, but basically I start by putting a thin layer on the bottom. I like to add a little bit of extra Italian seasonings. One thing about the cauliflower is that it does have a lot of water when you bake it, but I'm going to slice this into thin layers like this, and then I'm going to boil it with the carrots because I like to have it a little bit soft before I bake it. And then I'm also going to use these small 4 cloves of garlic along with some onion that I have, and I'm gonna grill that and add it to the dish. I'm slicing up 3 small carrots like that thin, and I'm going to add it to the pot. So I got the carrots in there boiling first because they're harder, and so it's going to take longer for them to soften up, and I'm going to go ahead and cut up my cauliflower. So this is basically how I'm cutting the cauliflower, is just a thin slice. If it falls apart, that's okay. I'm just trying to get them thin like that, and I'm going to throw them into the pot. I'm just basically coating the bottom of the pan for the garlic and onion. This is how small I cut up the garlic, and I'm going to turn this down a little bit. If you have it high, you want to put it on medium. Got a little hot, so I turned it down, but I'm just going to saute the onion and the garlic. I don't need it too cooked, but just a little bit. Coat it and soften it up is how I like it. Otherwise, you could just put it in with your casserole. Turn that down. So I went ahead and turned that off. It only took a couple minutes to caramelize it, and I put some at the bottom of the pan. So this has been cooking for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to turn it off and then strain what I have in there. I'm going to cut up 4 stalks of celery. Normally I boil it too, but it might be fine just to bake it. So as you can see, I put a layer at the bottom. You can do it any way you want, really, but I like to just put a little bit in there, and then the cauliflower. Yes, this dish has been used many times, so it's a little dark. I strained the cauliflower and the carrots, so what I'm going to do is place layers like this into the pan. So you see, you just put a layer like this. So as you can see, I just laid some cauliflower there and just throw in some carrots on top. And then I'm going to coat it with some more sauce. So you see I got my sauce. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning, which has oregano. What else? Marjoram, thyme, rosemary, sage, basil. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that. Going to spread some onions in there. Sorry, I meant onions and garlic. So then I'm going to put a layer of ricotta. This is the ricotta I have today. Since ricotta is so thick, like, I'm just going to like spoon it, you know, just like get a little spoonful and then just lay it on top and just kind of smush it down there like this. Sorry, I didn't pay attention to where the camera is, but see, you just want to smooth it out. You don't want a lot in one spot because ricotta is really strong, but if you're going to use the ricotta again, you don't want to cross-contaminate like I am with the sauce, but I'm pretty much going to just use this dish and then maybe make another one later. But, you know, if you cross-contaminate, you can actually make it go sour quicker. So, like I said, you just get a little bit, spoon it on there. So as you can see, I have my first layer of ricotta, and I'm going to do more layers of carrots and cauliflower. But first, I'm going to add just a little bit. I have 3 cheeses today. You don't have to use all 3, but I like to use some Parmesan for the flavor, and I'll probably top it off with that. But I'm going to do some of this, which is a blend of mozzarella, provolone, Parmesan, and Romano. And normally I use the shredded, but I happen to have this because I put that on my salads. And I will show you the rest. So here's my first layer of cheese, and now I'm going to add more cauliflower and carrots and cut up more celery. So as you can see, I filled in the gaps with the celery and put another layer of cauliflower and carrots. So yeah, just spread them out, make it look nice. I got my grilled onions and garlic in there, and now I'm going to top it off with some more sauce. So I got a thin layer of sauce, and I'm going to add the rest of the veggies and then the rest of the sauce, and you'll see the top. Oh, sorry. You know, on top of the sauce, I put the ricotta. So after I spoon it out, I just kind of smear it around because, like I said, it's really strong. You don't want a whole bunch of this in your mouth. It really isn't that great, but it does make the dish taste really good. So as you can see, just kind of mix it around with the sauce. Okay, you see I have another layer, and I'm going to add the rest of the vegetables. So here's my other layer, and I'm going to top it off with some sauce. So I have a few layers in there, and I'm not going to put ricotta on the top because I'm going to put the shredded cheese on top. Got it to the brim. It's pretty full. So here's the Parmesan and pizza blend, and then I'm going to add the 3 cheese. Just fill it in where there's not any cheese. Just like so. Okay, so there you have the full dish of the cauliflower, carrots, celery, ricotta, and cheese, and I topped it off with some more Italian seasoning, and I'm gonna put it in the oven probably about 10 to 15 minutes, but usually I just watch the cheese and see if it's melted, and then it's usually done. Went ahead and placed it on the middle rack, and here we go. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes, and I would say the cheese is pretty melted for me. And yeah, let me see how it turned out. Okay, so I'm going to dish myself out a little scoop right here. Like I said, it's got cauliflower, which is really watery when you bake it. But look at that. Oh, yeah. See that? Again, you know, with the celery, I might have normally boiled it. But let me check. Oh, it's a little crunchy, but you know, if you want soft celery, Just boil it with the carrots and the cauliflower. So there you have it, a veggie type lasagna. Yum!